Hey everybody, welcome back. So, yeah, we're not standing over here because last time we had a bit of an incident running out of fuel up here on Morpheus. The last episode, we got our Holmium production off the ground. We didn't, we clearly have a bots getting killed back on Novice, I guess. Let me just make sure I get the chat here. There we go. Should be all set. Something's going on here. Not exactly sure what it is. Looks like probably because we're backed up on sand. Not my smartest moment here. Now this should be shouldn't need that anymore. Yeah, this was a bit of an oversight here. Hopefully the splitter gets here soon, so this can... Do we not have one of these? Where is my person? There we go. Oh, because I put a red splitter for some odd reason. Ideally, that would have been a blue. Not that it really matters, but... I mean... Can probably... Honestly, just... I guess this little pass-through here is nice to have, but so... Looks like we're back online now. Oh, no fuel. It's a slight issue. And then we have to actually just get these Holmium ingots into, I guess, a delivery cannon, which that's where we left off exactly. I think last time was we needed to go to Novice and we needed to build a set of cannons to supply the deliveries on Morpheus, which I think I need to get a little bit smarter about here in terms of how modular I do this. This train intersection up here is kind of annoying in terms of where it is. I don't know where I'm going to do this. I can probably kick the can down the road a bit here. Guess we could just go a little bit further out. Just keep this thing, the ones that we need, send them out, or we could just go up. This is kind of annoying. Theoretically, it doesn't really need to be here, and I think we said we were gonna free up a bunch of space over here, question mark. I mean, now that we have LDS on... I think we should have LDS already where... How hard would it be to get cannon capsules down there? Not hard at all. Hope everybody's having a nice Saturday. Probably do it right here. Tear all this down. We're not using this anymore either, really. I think that's what we're gonna do. Don't need this heat shielding anymore. Don't need this stuff anymore. Whoa. And actually, we have some belts already coming in that we need here, right? And maybe for delivery cannons, for what we're looking to do here, maybe mixed belts are the way to go. That looks like it would actually be kind of useful, right? So for instance, we could have, we merge one belt because we're going to need heat shielding and explosives. I think it is, right? Yeah. We don't even need plastics, so that's wrong anyway. We already have LDS right there. We can merge that with, you know, say heat shielding, which, well, actually, we wouldn't merge it there because this is over here. But we could. We'll see. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do there yet. Good. Oh, good. I've scrambled every construction bot in the base, so hopefully this is going to just completely screw up my defenses now. That would be pretty cool if it could do that. That also gets us back a whole bunch of productivity module 2s, which is nice. What's that? I wish there was a better way to see this. It looks like passive providers in this thing get as much priority as storage chests, which is not terribly ideal. I wonder if there is, if it goes to storage first. I really hope it does, because all these productivity modules, I don't want them to get pulled from where we make them, you know, preferentially over where we have them in storage already, and where we make them is putting them into passive provider chests. So if anybody knows that, let me know. I'd be curious to hear. Do storage chests get prioritized over passive providers? Okay, so have our LDS there. And we could even, I mean, we could move this whole installation here if we wanted to. I don't really care to right this instant. What does that cost? Yeah, that's not expensive to make that. We could do that wherever we want to. Okay, so this should be done soon. Let's start. I'm trying to think of how we should lay this out, right? Because we up here for, you know, sending a whole wide variety, this one long thing is okay-ish, but now we're going to be needing to send, you know, the same 3 materials to like 5 different places eventually. I would like this thing to somehow be expandable to things like, you know, other planets and moons and stuff when we are making more things on other places and we need to launch materials up there for delivery cannons. So ideally this will scale nicely. Maybe we should focus on just those 3 ingredients here for that reason, right? So we could say, you know, first of all, let's, where LDS comes from down here and it's red down here. So let's, whoops, didn't want to do that. Okay, good. We're still making Holmium. Let's get this upgraded. Just up through here. Why not? Let's go the whole way here. Oh, look, that also feeds. Yeah, this is some spaghetti here. This is some long spaghetti, even for us. Oh, and we have that supplying us here too. and now it's not getting prioritized because reasons. Oh well. All right, so I think the way to do this, let's try to lay this out, right? So thankfully these guns are smaller. Just have like a series of them for each ingredient. So like this, right? Bring them over, and you don't. So you're going to need to get two things to them. You're going to need to get the material that they're launching, and you're going to need to get the delivery capsules, which we have up north. We do that on one belt if we're okay being somewhat choked on throughput, but I can't imagine that we're going to really need that much because they don't shoot that often. So I think that should be okay, and especially if we upgrade these to blue belts, I mean, that's 22 and change. I mean, that's almost a full red belt there anyway. Hey, Press, I'm not sure how to pronounce, Presque Prez, welcome to the show. Have I ever played Factorio multiplayer, and how is my experience with it? I have played both vanilla Factorio multiplayer. I have played Space Exploration multiplayer, and my experience is that it's amazing as long as everybody playing has a decent computer. The only thing that is really, really nasty is vehicles. And there's a very specific reason for why vehicles are nastier in multiplayer than most of the other features, and they have so much input latency. Reason is, long story short, I'll try to keep it abridged and not nerd out on here, but basically, there's I think it's called lockstep, or sync and step, something like that is the algorithm. But basically, when you join a multiplayer server in Factorio, it transmits the state of the entire world to you in the beginning, and then you run the simulation from there. There's no synchronization that occurs from that point, which is awesome in some ways, except vehicles. So character input is not subject to the same input latency that vehicles are, and they're very sluggish, and it can be very hard to drive in a multiplayer server. But we have debated on this channel before starting a space exploration multiplayer server. I have, I could easily throw up an instance in AWS or something to host things on, and host a dedicated server. That would be no issue, and I would certainly be down to do that. The only problem is going to be that I'm not going to get to play that much, but if other people are interested, you should let me know. I'm very happy to do that. It could be a fun thing, and I could stop in once in a while. Actually, if anybody knows, is there a way, like, is there any kind of mod for multiplayer that allows you to claim chunks so that people can't just, like, like, say, we start a server and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go build over here and do a little base over here. Is there any way to stop other people from building all over my crap when I'm offline? I'd be curious to know. Let's see. So we were down here. We could, if we... What is this? This is glass. Where's the glass going? Man, really? Kind of wonder... Can we grab it over here? Come in this way? Because that would free us up a bunch more space. And then... Just got to figure out what we're going to do with these guns. I guess we don't have to do that right this instant. Let's get capsules down there. What is the best way to do that? So you got up here, we have them getting split out. We could pull them back down. It's getting a little crowded over here. Pull them back down and then come. Probably seems better to go out and then down, in my humble opinion. I feel like there's other stuff around here that we don't need anymore. Hmm. Yeah, big motors, that's another thing that we have to get a city block going for. Yeah, and then I can just come down over this way. Let's see, can I squeeze one? Let's put those one further south. Then that way, what that does is inserter, belt, inserter. No, I still don't like that. We need to go 2 more. And if we do that, then we got that problem in the way. And now we're getting too close to the bus. I think moving these is going to become more of a priority sooner rather than later. I guess let's not let perfect be the enemy of good enough. How do we want to lay this out? I don't think I need any of these materials here, so we're going to... This also is hooked up to nothing, so this can go. Alright, that gets us a little bit more room. I mean, I guess we can just kind of start building right here. Okay, so there are 3 materials to deal with there. Let's also change this. So that this thing actually starts... is this taking... Yeah, no, this is taking things out of this chest. It should be fine. Okay. And this is... We can kind of use that twofold there, right? Because... So, you're going to have... This is going to come in here. And then... We're going to need that. Input priority should be the right. All right, so this guy is going to be... We'll make this one be LDS right here. We also need a signal receiver, don't we? Those things are so annoyingly big, but I like it. I like that there's, you know, kind of a balancing act to be made there. Actually, this is, I can save us some more space here because of the size of these things. See, now I'm tempted to mix that belt again because they're gonna, whatever, we're not gonna do that. Okay. Let's reset that. I don't want that to start loading yet. In the meantime, so I guess, trying to think of where we want to go here. We can also do this, which is handy. Don't have this yet, so I can't wire it up yet with my conditions, but oh, here we go. So this is going to be, I forget if I think these all listen on where, let's see. I forget if they listen on the planet that they are. Yeah, see, it's requesting explosives, heat shielding, and LDS. I just forget, did we even get that far? Yeah, we did. Yep. So this is already requesting that. I forgot we started that. So we already have the requests in place there, and so we can just say the enabled condition here will be, you know, LDS is greater than, what is going on? Oh, more silliness. They were after the bots. Okay, let's get, I guess, heat shielding next is going to be the best way to get that up there. Do heat shielding and explosives at the same time. So we can get fancy here and say, well, first let's give ourselves a big underground stretch here. That. To make room. Then put a splitter there. We're going to underground it here onward. Splitter here. Don't need to underground that one. Turn it around and merge it here. And now we can just pull this up. Why does that look so wrong to me? This is very ugly. I have to fix that later. Okay, so that should be a mixed belt coming up of heat shielding and explosives, right? So now we can go ahead and do this and this. Let's get our... Might as well stay consistent with ourselves here. And let's set our targets here. So now we can do LDS. This is going to go to Morpheus. Where are you, Morpheus? And I don't suppose it matters which one I put in which. Well, it would probably be good. Wait. No. Oh. Oh, it's still off. Okay. Let me go ahead and look at what we did on Molly. LDS is in the middle. So we'll want to follow that just so that we can just copy paste the rest of that blueprint to make this stuff. And then heat shielding, we're going to need to rotate this. I think heat shielding we saw in Molly was on the right here, but now we're going up, so it's going to be on the left. Let's go back to Novice, do a heat shielding one. There's that. And this one will be explosives. Did it to myself again. I keep hitting the wrong button. Morpheus. There it is. And this one will have to be on the right. Now let's get the... I don't think we ever hooked this up, did we? As far as I'm concerned, we can turn these all on now. Just need to wait for... We need to wait for the capsules to get down here. We also seem to have... Uh-oh. Wait, I shouldn't have turned these on yet, because they are not bounded. What did I do wrong? Oh, I never set the conditions on these. This needs to be greater than 0. Okay, so this one's explosives. And this one is going to be heat shielding, right? Greater than 0. Now we can turn them on. Here comes a whole ton of capsules, and this is not ideal. We're going to starve these guys up here a bit, but I think we'll be okay. Because we're not shooting too much here, so that's okay. There we go. Let's just monitor and make sure that they stop. We could probably clear up some space up in this mess now by moving these down here, but I'm not going to do that right now. It's the best way to watch this. Wait, really? Why do we still need anion exchange beads up there? That's kind of sus. you ask me. Okay, no, it just went away. That's okay. What about the rest of it? I feel like one of these should have held off by now. Maybe just latency? Nope, there it goes. Okay, let's just... Perfect. Beautiful. Cool. So that's working. Go back here now. And we got ourselves the fixins with which to make... let's just try to... Can I just copy this whole thing? So the only thing... I might not need the copper wire down here because I already have it coming in up there. And then I think we said, I mean, it's pretty obvious. I think the Holmium ingots need to go to, the space platform. And we're going to start to get more modular up here too. So we have our little data card maker up here. Let's get ourselves some more room to branch out here. Iron ore, huh? I didn't notice that. I wonder... Not a lot of it. Okay, cool. So now we got this coming along better now. Make ourselves more space to do stuff up here. And take a little while for all those bots to build that platform there. In the meantime, so I think what we can, just to kind of plan this out here. So we started our bus here and didn't leave ourselves nearly enough room. Now we got a landing pad on our way down here and a whole bunch of materials coming in down here. But I think we can just kind of start to expand it. As we go out to the right here, we can start to pull it down in this direction. The bus, that is. I think that that's what we're going to do. And we can still continue to do things up here, obviously. So we already have so many materials coming in over here that I don't feel like redoing this. It's going to be a little sloppy, a little messy, but Oh well. And then eventually we want to get these guys to all be on rocket launches too instead of delivery cannons in the interest of efficiency, but I don't really care about that too much yet. So where do we want to put, I guess we got room over here, but this area here feels sacred. Like I don't want to build stuff here. So we'll, you know what, we'll do it closer to when we know that we need it for where to bring up Holmium. Let's take a look at this. So we know we're gonna need all of these, right? So like conductivity data, ion stream for this one. This is easy. Cold thermo fluid. So we're going to need to cool down some thermo fluid. We should probably get more modular about that. And we're going to need uranium-235. Are you able to launch 235 just like in a delivery cannon? Save myself some time here? You sure can. Let's also, while we're saying the forbidden U word, let's go make sure that we have enough uranium. Yeah, I'd say that's enough. Well, let's give ourselves a little bit more there. Looks like our enrichment is doing great. Oh, because it's jammed up on. Oh, I see what's happening. We need to put this here in order to get it on both sides, because right now we're kind of jamming this up without good reason. This is a subtlety right here, but because the inserter will always pull from the closer lane, and because these guys only put it on the far lane, this didn't work the way, even with the priority set here, this didn't work as intended, which was to keep these unblocked before we cared about anything from in here. Although the priority is set over here, so it does kind of just loop around, I think, and go up there. I think we're still okay. But just to be safe, I'm going to put this here. Because this still feels kind of wrong to me. I'm not sure why I did this. Probably for like uranium ammo and stuff, if I had to guess. Well, not going to worry too much about that. We clearly have plenty of fuel cells. Let's just take one last look, make sure that they're making their way to the nuclear power plant, if I can even find it. Please. Oh yeah. Yep. Doing great. Okay. Back to the platform. There's also some botliness happening up here that I kind of want to turn into belts. I think this right here, well, this gets launched up from, and I don't even think you can delivery cannon that. Pretty sure we have enough of that though. Rough. Yeah, we have enough of it for now. As soon as I start going crazy here building belts, it's going to get a little bit worse. Yeah, that's another thing that's going to give out soon. So we got that. There's circuits over here that I'd like to belt up there. There's other circuits over here. None of this is too big of a deal, though. Other than Gort screaming at me because of belts. Not using enough belts, using too many bots. We'll be okay. I'll just I'll just front load that on my therapist. The other thing, so we have a tank up here of thermo fluid. Aha. So we are making thermo fluid over here, and this looks all to be by, this is all pipes by the look of it. Yeah. And that feeds off this, which is fine. So we're probably okay on our thermo fluid supply for now, question mark. I'm not positive about that. Maybe this should just become up here. This should become our thermo fluid creating area. Yeah, so we'll probably do that, right? What does it take to make a hypercooler? Because I know we're going to need that. LDS, space pipe, pump, and you can only make it in space. So let's start figuring that out. Where do we make space pipes? I know we already do. What do they take? Look at more bots. Where do we make the straight pipes though? Can't even remember. It's been so long. That's... I'd really like to know that now, please. Where in the heck do we make the regular space pipes? I see the elbow space pipes. Oh, here they are. Right here. Now this is nice and messy. Okay, so we probably should just try to borrow from there. Oh, this is a mess. I don't like this. We got speed module 1s in there. Not ideal. So we could pipe, belt rather, we could belt these out of here, or we could just do them someplace else. It's just that's a lot of inputs. I really don't. Although we probably want to, well, this is for a mall though, so who cares, right? And yeah, I think we'll do more spaghetti. I am in the mood for spaghetti. Okay, so we go ahead and pull these. So let's see, back to hypercooler. We're gonna, I don't even know if I have enough room for this, especially, we might make this. So we got the space pipes coming up. We can pull LDSs up for sure. Big electric motors are way down south. Maybe we, instead of doing what we did here, maybe I turn this and go down here, cross over and go back this way. That might be the move right there. Yeah, I think that's going to be what we do. Why does this look wrong to me? Something looks wrong here. No, I guess that's right. And then we can do that. Hey Gort, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Gort, I am really I am being faithful to the pasta gods on this weekend. We are really focusing on doing spaghetti and not doing bots, and I'm having a blast doing it, honestly. Like, you got your pipes up here, they come and sneak down through here now and join the bus, like as an item on the bus over here, because right now we're trying to make hypercoolers. Do we have space manufactories on tap, by the way? That's another thing that we're gonna need. I'm not sure we do. What does it take to make one of those? Yeah, not yet. We should automate those though soon. We're gonna need that. Hopefully we have some. Nope, we don't at all, so that's cool. I guess we could probably cheat it here, depending. So we already got whatever that crap is again. Cosmic water coming in. Now we just need... Guys, what's going on down here? We're still okay. Alright, so this thing needs big motors. Let's get some of those. LDS, fast inserters. Oh, I'm hesitant to... How many of those do we have? 144. How many do we need per? 8. We just got to make sure we don't chew it all up. Space assemblers, which I really thought we did have. Maybe I'm just thinking of these belts though. No, it doesn't look like we do. We probably should make that first, and then let's go look at what that takes to make. Big motors. Well, this is easier at least. LDS and heat shielding. Yeah, this has to get automated for real. It really does. How you doing today, Gort? Okay, so we have 12 of those there, and then it only takes 4 for each time. Why are we... Do we have some kind of issue here with... So, no. There we go. What are we up to now? 23, yeah, I'm gonna... get a little bit more. We really do need to automate that, though. I mean, I think we have all the pieces now, especially for this. It's just... Yeah, we got blue circuits right there. I wouldn't know... I don't know if I'd call it automated, but we certainly can get it up here without issue right now. Yeah, we're up to 37 now, so we can make quite a few of those. All right, here we go. Got LDS coming in. Awesome. Cool. So now we can make hypercoolers. We have a place to actually make those. We need space pipe, storage tank, pump. So we have the first 3 ingredients on the bus, and we need pumps and storage tanks. Storage tanks are just steel, right? Steel and iron. And we have a steel situation over here somewhere, if I recall. I'm trying to remember exactly. Yeah, see these bad boys getting recycled there. So what we should do is pull. We're gonna have a problem there soon, aren't we? Yeah, not too soon. Gort doing well. Late because you were warning the neighbors about the bears camping in your backyard. Do you provide housing to bears and they pose a danger to your neighbors, Gort? So let's see. I could see them complaining about that if you're soliciting bears and they're just hanging out back there. Grizzly bears, black bears, polar bears. So we pull this down here, which is gonna, in and of itself, is gonna kind of suck. Actually though, we have iron plates right there. So maybe we make storage tanks up here and have a, what does it take to make a pump? Because if it's at all similar, let's see here. Pipe and steel plate. Yeah, no, this is very similar. So the only thing that we would need to get up there is circuits, which we have here. They're going to go on the bus, and then we'll just have to sneak some over there. Black bears. Okay, that's not as bad, right? I mean, they can still be super dangerous, but generally much less so than the alternatives. So we'll probably bring the circuits up through here, make some, do we have, where's our nearest roboport over here? See how we're doing on this guy, by the way, because we've been, oh wow, we're really keeping up here. We're moving. Let's get those circuits up here. Enough talk. So whoopsie. Actually, probably the best way to do this is to send this up here, and then we can cut off. So this bus, yeah, this is still over here. It's just I didn't fill that in. Alrighty. There we go. Got circuits on the belt on the platform. Now, of course, this is not automatically resupplied yet, and doing that is going to be its whole own can of worms, but walk then run, right? Another thing we're going to need to do is get... well, we should probably pull out of that box. Empty that thing out. Although, let's just tear this down and worry about it later. So we're saying a pump. Where? Not a weightlifting pump, but a... Let's see. Oh, wait. What was it that I said was going to need circuits over here? What is wrong with me? Oh my god. Did I just mean to pull small motors up here and I just pulled circuits up here? Come on, man. I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Because if we look at a hypercooler, we need big electric motors, LDS, base pipes, storage tanks, and pumps. The only thing there that would take circuits to make, well, other than big electric motors, which we already have coming in directly, is a pump, but that it doesn't take circuits, it takes motors. That's great. Very cool. So let's just go ahead and yeah, tear this whole thing that I just made down. That's really special. Well, actually, no, I'm just kidding. Don't tear that part down, because we do need this over here. We just don't need the splitter and this part. Awesome. Well, at least we got a lot of green circuits back in the clogging up the logistics system now. That's cool, I guess. In a not cool kind of way. Yeah, it is your fault, Gort. You were telling me a scary story about you putting your neighbors' lives in peril with your bears, and that caused me to send the wrong item up on that belt. It's okay, though. I think we got it fixed pretty well here. So, I'm not sure why I pulled this all the way up here. I guess because I need steel for that. Guess, maybe? Question mark? Whatever. Yeah, pump is over here. I keep forgetting it's in this one. This is another... So, steel plate, small electric motor, and pipe. So this one's going to actually be a pump. Let me try to remember. I just saw it. Where was it? Where on this screen this is? There it is. So we got those two things. We just need the steel. All right, cool. So now... wait, let's not do that. This is kind of going to be an extension of the mall up here, I think, which means that I'm going to have to bring... I'm going to have to bring this giant belt of pipes, pumps back over that way. It's okay, though. It'll help us consume our backlog of barrels here. There we go. All right, we're making pumps. Very good. Let's go back and look at hypercoolers again. The other... so we need storage tanks, right? We should probably do that up here by the steel. That's also iron plates. Alrighty. I'm not sure what side that's going to put that on. I always forget this. What side of this belt that's going to go on. Going to go on the bottom, which is 2-hour advantage. Because we want pumps to go on the top. There we go. Very good. Now we just got to get those back down here to the bus. Should we pull... let's get them back down there. It's kind of a weird thing to put on the bus, but whatever. Who am I to judge? I don't mind. It's my world. You're just living in it. So, what do we got now? We got our space pipes. We got our tanks and pumps, LDS and big motors. We got it all. Almost all of it's right here. We just need to get big motors down here. Do like this. Get one of those manufactories going down here. And this guy is going to be, we said hypercoolers. I should probably, while we're at this, I should probably go ahead and try to get the, get everything going for making these and their little brothers on the bus. I think that we're very close to being able to do that. The only thing I'd probably have to do would be inserters, which is the most annoying thing on the planet to me because you need to do small inserters, but unfortunately for the developers of this mod pack, they can't torture me anymore because now I have small engines in space, so joke's on them. Kind of wonder if I should just merge something else onto the space pipe belt here. I mean, why not? And then we need LDS. That is up here. Gort says, you always question why we need space pipes, but any old storage tank will do. Yeah, I totally agree with that. It's kind of BS, and I'll tell you what, you really want to upset yourself, in my opinion. I don't know if this will, trigger warning. I don't know if this is going to affect other people the way that it will me, but here's an underground space pipe. And explain this one to me. Explain how this works. This is one of the most upsetting things to me in the whole mod pack right here. I remember seeing this on a Reddit post way back, and I just could never unsee it. And this is painful. I genuinely think that you should be required to have solid ground in between there, and I feel like it should be something that you could validate. I'm not positive. Maybe the framework of the game doesn't allow for it, but it's pretty gross. Oof. That one keeps me up at night. I don't want to. I'm kind of sad I brought it up. Hey, Saltpeter, welcome to the show. In the same way Zerg Lurker spines work. Oh my god, is that true? Is that how that works in StarCraft? I never noticed that. The spines can go through space and hit something on the other side of empty space. Or interdimensional underground. So here's the thing. I'm fine with that. That's actually, I've seen people say that before, but it should not, it should cost more than it does, right? Like, look at this. Copper wire, plastic bar, glass, and steel plate. If you take those 4 ingredients, can you make an interdimensional pipe with copper, plastic, glass, and steel? I'm pretty sure I have those things in this room with me right now. And I highly doubt my ability to make an interdimensional pipe with them. Now, admittedly, we don't know what would make an interdimensional pipe, but I feel like it would be more than that. Oh god, it's Saltpeter. They travel under space. Thank you for clarifying that. That's that makes that, you know what? Thank you. That's my new headcanon. They just go under the space. That's awesome. This needed to, yeah, passive provider chest. That's fine. We just got to make sure we limit this. Alrighty. There you go. Hypercoolers. And not a bot network to be seen to pick them up with. I really wish I had given the space platform more consideration when I was planning it. This is disgusting that I had to put that there. So it's fine though. That's what under space belts are for. Because that's the other thing. Pipes, and also you could do that with an underground belt over here, which is equally disgusting. Although, actually, is it? Because somehow it doesn't bother me quite as much. All right, so we're limited on that chest. That's good. Where is... So we have what we need now for any of the... So none of this is like absolute zero thermo fluid, right? It's all negative 100C. That's what a hypercooler needs, or craves, if you will. We are going to need the thermo fluid from up here, but I could always just pipe... Well, I mean, that's where I make the hypercoolers, is down there. I can do whatever I want. Let's move on here, though, for a second. So we need that for, I think, every single one of them, except radiation data. This is going to be the easiest one. And then you have... Let's see... multispectral mirrors. We think, yeah, we have those over here. It looks like we're got some kind of something going on here, though. I think everything is belted to our multispectral mirror thing here, so this should already be good to go. We are out of glass, it says, but no, it's saying that because it doesn't have any room to put the... Where is this, the recycler? Yeah, right here. So if we could get that up to that belt right there, we could recycle that. We could also start making, well, I mean, that's not a significant amount of ore, but because multispectral mirrors right now, we haven't gone down here to make flat solar arrays, but it's all by bot, and we're trying to get back away from bots. Trying to go back to the light of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. This is interesting. Why is this not moving? Oh, there it goes. Oh, because it's right there. There it is. And apparently we were getting pretty stacked up on petroleum. Should probably balance that, but whatever. All right. Let's take a gander here as well. 10-second crafting time, 10 seconds, 60 seconds, 8 seconds. And these are the only ones that need thermo fluid, so you're talking about like 2 point, it's 1/6. It's something 2.167 or whatever. 100-degree thermo fluid a second to run like one machine of each of these. And then to make that, we can make 20, so that's 2 a second. So we should have at least a couple of these, and then we need 40 cool thermo fluid coming in, and each one of these, yeah, I think we can scale this right here where it sits and just start throwing hypercoolers up here to borrow. This guy, what, am I out of my mind? Oh, I see. It's resupplying back to here. Got it. Comes from over here. So anybody who is tuned in right now that hasn't been here for the whole series, or is watching a VOD and hasn't been here for the whole series, this series started about 11 months ago. And I made it onto the space platform more than half the series ago for sure. And like way more than half. And so a lot of this crap is closer to a year ago than not for me in terms of how I was planning to lay things out. And truth be told, I wasn't planning at all. I was just kind of slapping stuff down to get the dopamine hit of unlocking each new technology and stuff. And that's what led to this monstrosity up here. And then down here is where we're starting to actually try to think about things, but we still haven't automated the other end of this. Like, because we're kind of dual purposing the launch pad that this comes off of because we're short on space, and it's just a very, very long laundry list of pain. I said I wanted to see if I pull the recycle the scrap out of this thing, that's fine. The only problem that scares me is I don't want to I don't want to make a million multispectral mirrors, but by the look, yeah, see, that's the problem. This will fill this thing up. So we need to get away from this right here and probably just tear this down at this point. So we have a box full of them there. That's, I mean, that can, let's do this because ultimately I am going to want to keep this online for now. The flat solar panel production. But I want to empty this out and make space so that I can pull that stuff down this way. Pull multispectral mirrors down this way to be specific. So hopefully I have some filter inserters up here. 14 of them, that'll do for now. So we'll pull the mirrors out there, and then we need to get the scrap up to this belt. That should be easy enough, I would think. What is that? There's nothing there. Almost, the more I think about this, I almost kind of feel like multispectral mirrors are the thing that could go on the other side of this pipe belt, and I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, scrap is a bit of a pain in the butt. I think Pyanodons, or whatever the name of the crazy mod pack is, has a lot of those sort of byproduct interactions, right, where you had to deal with stuff. The complexity of that is something that, I mean, is so much more than space exploration, but there's just no way that I would have the time to sink into that before the expansion drops and get through it. I think if I had gotten into Factorio a lot earlier, maybe I would have stood a chance against that one, but I've also been told by folks that bots are pretty required for Pyanodons, or however you say it. Where is that stupid... Oh, there it is, right there. Let's just make sure that we always... There we go. I have trust issues. And I did a thing up here that I really am not proud of. And I still am trying to figure out how I can undo it. I could undo it, I guess, by moving this. I always forget when you're inserting from the end that is the same side as the two lanes, which one it favors, and I just kind of trial and errored that one. Oh well. All right, so this guy will be our multispectral mirrors. This guy will be our scrap. Yeah, there we go. I didn't think it would be that straightforward to correct that. And we still have this situation over here to deal with, but should be pretty straightforward now. Saltpeter says, I love Pionodons. I keep coming back to it, but I can't stop myself from playing it with biters, even though it's balanced around peaceful. Yeah, I don't know how, if I would have to have biters on. It's one of the things that lets me down a little bit about space exploration is how much they drop off once you get to a certain point. And I was saying the other day that with Space Age, I'm hoping that the framework of that expansion lets the modders, because you know Space Age isn't going to be nearly as complex as space exploration overall, but I'm hoping that the additional capabilities that you get as a modder will let the devs that do space exploration today make it that much harder and have more of like a PvE element in space. I'm not even necessarily thinking like, I guess you could do like space biters, like, you know, the Zerg kind of come to mind again. You were mentioning StarCraft, Saltpeter, kind of reminds me of that. Like organic entities that can fly through space kind of thing. I don't know if that feels very Factorio to me. Like at that point, maybe I just want to fight aliens in their spaceships. I don't know. So let me just get this underway here, because... And then this side is the -10. So this is actually almost kind of the opposite direction that you'd want to do it in. That's okay. Having such a hard time. Does anybody know off the top of their head if I can do this? So this part I know works, but oh no, that's the wrong, no, I can't, forget it. I didn't notice that these two aren't the same. How do we want to lay these out? Whoops. So this is the cool thermofluid coming up in here. The warm stuff can go right back to there. the output is up here. Well, see, this is... Be sure to make the coolers expandable. Yeah, I have... There's so many recipes that that take these. I know that I'm going to need to. So what I can do here... This port will be unused, right? And then... I think this works. The exception of not needing that and not needing that. Forget why this is here, question mark. I don't need that. And then I think this just hooks up. I think we're good. There you go. We are hypercooling. All right, there's your thermo fluid. Got that up there. We'll pull that down onto the bus along with this later. Should probably bulkify the ion stream as well. Or the plasma stream, because we haven't built the ion stream yet. Let's see. So we have our so this one we're good to make. We just had to get the Holmium plate up here. That's no biggie. That'll probably be one of the last things I do. Ion stream, if I recall, is just copper plate and plasma stream. So we totally have that. We should just probably scale up the plasma stream. We have our multispectral mirrors. Blank data cards are being made here. I think this is actually going to stay as it is. And we can just pull them off over here, bring them down to the bus. We are lacking a supercomputer. I had to figure that out. Yeah, we're pretty much there. We've got a couple more things to do here. I think I'm going to start worrying about scaling the plasma and the ion streams first, and then getting this out of here, because this is goofy. So we have room to just pull the coolers out this way. Same down here. Let's get the roboports into a slightly less disgusting state. Is this one strictly necessary? Let's see what happens if I pull that down. Okay. I think start doing plasma up here. And ion. What does plasma take again? It takes stone. And right now, much to Gort's dismay, we're porting in stone by bot. I agree though, you know, in sincerity, it is so much harder to see what is going on with bots flying around. They are very useful for construction and very specific low volume logistics, but they bother me. They really do. And I regret the reliance that I did here, although I understand and they are more needed in some contexts. It's a play style thing. It's just for me, I don't know. I find it easier to see. Do we have... We don't have stone coming in on a delivery cannon yet. That kind of makes a case. I mean, I guess we could actually do the ion stream doesn't use thermofluid or anything. So we actually, and neither does the plasma stream. So we should probably do that down here because I could throw down another landing pad right here, down here, do another one of these and start to throw other items on it, like stone, for instance, so that I don't have to launch that in. Let's go do a health check, a wellness check on Novice for materials. I really I think it's been a while since I checked on Pyroflux, and indeed we're out of it, so that's cool, I guess. But the train is out of it, so that means smelting's going offline soon if it hasn't already. I think the main thing that's saving us right now is that we're not consuming that much of it. How you doing, Theoden? 100,000 Vulcanite ready to go on Theoden. We love that. Boy, I hope this rocket doesn't miss. All right. More than 100,000. We got 116,000. Boy, this thing's been ripping since we scaled it up a bit. There we go. Let's go check Novice again. Oh, man. Oh, man. Gort, I'd like to speak to you. Tell me honestly, Gort, did you realize that this was going to happen? Did this, like 20 episodes ago, did you know that this was going to happen? I'm not going to be mad if you didn't say anything, because it is pretty funny either way. But did you know? I really have to know. Hey, Sir Boba, welcome to the show. How are you doing today? Gort, you missed it. Yeah. That was, I'm impressed that we lasted as long as we did in that situation, honestly. Saraboba, you also had the problem. Yeah, I can imagine. Oh, I missed some. I can imagine that that's a pretty, that happens to a lot of people. I feel like I'm trying to justify. This has never happened, I swear. So this... Okay. Alright, looks like we fixed that little pickle. We were okay anyway, because the train is apparently running around pretty much completely full. Well, not completely full, but by our standards, completely full, because it's never this full. So I think we're doing okay down here, question mark? Begs the question, what is going on over... Are we... Uh-oh. Coal? Why coal? What's going on with coal? Why? Why? So here we eat coal. Where do we make it? Oh, wait, I figured out last time that I can actually use the UI to figure this out way better. Okay. Okay, so this guy's totally full of coal. Let's just tell him to go to coal drop off. Okay, so he's going over here. This thing is full and has absolutely no circuit limiting on it. That's so this station is just always like, hey, yeah, bring me the coal. I'll take it. And I can imagine that. What is wrong with me? Well, I just did this for all of them. No wonder this base has been running wonky for so long. How did this go on this long? I am in awe that we survived this long with this. It must be because for the other resources, we have more than one train. so the train signal was installed backward. I just noticed I was muted. Sarah Boba, if I didn't answer you, I did, but I will show you the Holmium planet shortly. I don't know if I said that when I wasn't muted. I really need to get better about... I need to get my mute indicator more in my line of sight is what needs to happen. Thanks for the reminder, Gore. It wasn't still stuck here. We got rid of that last time, but it was stuck down here. All right, let's go look at Morpheus, which is our Holmium planet, Sarboba. So here we have our one Holmium patch that we're mining, right? I pulverize it into crushed Holmium and stone up here, right above that, and then let's switch to the satellite. We belt it up. Let me just take a minute here over here. We have coal for power and for what else do we need it for? There's something else you need it. I think the Holmium ingots, because we don't use pyroflux. So the crushed powder, the crushed Holmium comes over here. This is where I filter out stone, crush it into sand, and I have a big old buffer here for sand. Because if the stone backs up, if you don't consume all of this, you will block this if you split it this way. And even if you don't, I really can't think of any way to... there's really not too much of a way to split it without a buffer somewhere. In a way that it won't back up. Over here we have a delivery receptacle with anion-ion exchange beads. You know, a little decider to tell the transmitter to... on Morpheus Cannon Chat, which is the broadcast channel for things that Morpheus, the planet or moon or whatever it is, wants. Gets those in here, so now you have crushed hominite. I don't think my stone can stick here because I have such a huge buffer right now for sand, and I immediately pulverize it into sand. It did stick before. I did get stuck before. So then we just have Holmium chloride production here, right? Yes, I was angry too. I was very angry. And basically, you know, all the we filter out the anion beads, bring them back here, crushed holmonite, bring it back here, and the sand. And it's important to prioritize the right ones here. Like I have the input from this section is favored on the crushed holmonite, because if it wasn't, then this could back up and you could stop getting the output here. And then over here we have the centrifuges, and as you can see, the only thing blocking us from making more of it right now is that I don't have my cannon set up. We actually, before I was up there, so we got to this point right here, which is I can now make... Did I never hook this up? We are out of underground belts there, so let's do that. We can make all... We can also make... this is what we just... The last thing we did here. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Gort. Thank you. So now I have to figure out how to clean that up. I think what I'll do is just run a belt back over this way. Temporarily, of course. And then we'll do a filter. We have a stack filter inserter, so we'll use that. Here we go. Gort, thank you. Yes, I am indeed. I am indeed standing right there, aren't I? But it's a bit late now. I'm so used to having to work with the space platform and remotely that I just can't. It just doesn't compute to do it otherwise, right? Like, and then let's get a filter inserter here. And this guy will be copper wire only. Cool. You know, just for testing purposes here, we know we had to pull this down. And in fact, let's go all the way out here to here. I want to start consuming some of this so that we can... Yeah, good. Now I can tear this down. Gore, I have transcended my mortality at this point. I am such an ascended being that I don't I forget that I physically exist in this game because I am so powerful and mighty. I might have been muted for what I was just saying. I did it again. I for Christmas I asked someone to get me a stand for my little status indicator here so that it can be in my line of sight when I stream and I can't accidentally. Thanks, Gort. That's nice. Yeah, I don't like running around anymore, especially because I'm out of jetpack fuel because I like wasting it so much. I mean, I sincerely do like wasting it. It's like I feel like I feel luxurious when I just fly around wasting fuel. It's like it's kind of like driving a SUV from the 90s. You know, and just you burn so much gas, and something very satisfying about that when your goal is to produce pollution like mine is here. Let's see. So this should get moved, and this isn't that big of a deal. The one thing that I do worry about scaling where it is right now is this biochemical facility. I think let's just do some dead reckoning here and see how screwed we are. So this thing puts out 2 chemical gel a second, and this thing uses 1/3 a second. So you could run 6 of these with one of those. It will most likely become a scaling issue down the line, but for now I don't care. So although it would be a prime opportunity to move it, wouldn't it? Like we could just pipe water down here do cosmic water, which is lube. We could move the lubricant production out of here, although, or just build another one. Maybe right off of this pipe right here, because we have, oh no, that's a heavy oil tank. Lube production is right here. But yeah, no, we have lube coming over here, so we just pipe off here, come over, and do like in the same way that we made this more scalable for a thermo fluid, we could do leave ourselves room for more landing pads and do cosmic water and chemical gel in a scalable way down here, and then do plasma near it and eliminate the need to cross over. And then that frees up some space over here too. And then these guys, let's see, iron ingot, vulcanite block, machine learning data. Just gotta check one other thing here. This takes blank data card, not machine learning data. I almost accidentally I almost accidentally pulled off of this right here for these datas here, but I would have been mistaken. They are also made, no, that one's made electromagnetics facility, electromagnetics laser, radiation. Do I have, let's try facility. We have laser, radiation, and electromagnetics. So, and is there anything fancy we need for any of that? Does not look like it. Just a couple things we might need to ship up to that platform. In case you can't tell, we're starting to wind down here. I am going to wrap it up in a few minutes here after I talk through a couple, do my to-do list for next time and then plan out. But I just want to go through a little. Oh, Gort, yeah, you want to say that? Excuse me, Gort, maybe look a little bit closer here. We're not shipping water up. This is what's called an electric mining drill, and this is actually mining that ice patch right there. I just don't have it covered in it yet because I didn't want to be wasteful, which is out of character, I know. But yeah, we already are, joking aside, we already are using the ice patch there. And we just need to expand it a bit. We go through water so slowly up there that it hasn't been an issue yet. That one miner has run this thing since forever. So the last thing that's kind of on my here, let's check our list here and see if there was anything else we gotta. So this is shoot Holmium. So we did this. Build delivery. Yep, we did this. I still have this warning to myself out there. It's just so we gotta still do that. Shoot the Holmium ingots to the space platform, but that should be pretty easy now. What else? Probably need to check a couple train stations for enabled conditions. Gort, the miner is placing into a boiler, an electric boiler right here, which turns it into water. And I'm not sure what this is, like why I had this over here. Looks like I had an intent to make steam at one point. Maybe I did a while ago. All right. Back on novice. So the last thing that, one of the last pickles that we have to figure out here is this whole landing, cargo silo automation deal. So right now we have this requester warehouse, which we've been using for some time to do things like, just to populate rockets that need to go other places manually. I go in there, set the logistics. I built this little thing here to, for like basically whenever we go to a new planet, this is our loadout, and we probably need one more of these. And I need to get things from this list and make sure that we get them in there. I'm not sure we have them all, but in any case, last time when we shot a rocket up to this landing pad, we did it out of that rocket silo here, and we did it with bots, and that was painful because of course, you know, we have this we had some math down here to receive a signal from the space platform in terms of what we like to where I forget where we do it. I think we right here, these sort of things, basically to tell Novice if what of those materials we want, but we never automated this, and doing it by logistics bot is very painful for me. It puts a very heavy strain on the network, and as I've said before, I'm not a fan of bots. So what I'm thinking is that this can continue to be the manual cargo silo, and then maybe down here or over here or something, somewhere nearby. Actually, we do have all these belts coming through over here. Maybe we could figure something out where this is pretty tight. I don't know if this is gonna be a good spot, but put a silo up over here or something and belt everything into it that can make its way onto that rocket and load it up automatically and launch it automatically. I would like to do that soon, start to automate that. And then the other thing is that maybe instead of doing it off the mall, maybe we just go and start to make rocket launch city blocks. But the only reason I haven't done that yet is because we have not automated any of this crap. So the where is it? So these guys are rocket fuel tanks, and whatever the other one is, where does that come from? Down here. Cargo pods. So those things take a decent number of materials that I'm not sure we could just get it on the city bus now. I'd have to look at the raws. We need to make these, and we were kind of doing that for a while there. And then at that point, then I could just, you know, you could truck that in, do RCUs someplace. I think the rest of everything here exists on the bus. Capsules might be a pain. That would be like the one thing I'd be willing to do. That would be one thing I'd be willing to do by bot. Gort says, you accidentally shipped 2,000 oil refineries to an outpost with a small circuit area. That sucks. That the biggest thing that sucks about that is the amount of drain on the resources that must have put back on the planet you launched them off of. Could be worse. It could be 2,000 landing pads or something like that. I don't know if that would even fit, because I think they're like stack size one. All right, where are we? So that's probably what we're gonna do next time. We're gonna, which next time is tomorrow, by the way, same time, noon PST. We are going to see about automating rocket to space platform for circuits, motors, etc. And we'll call that enough for now. Let's collapse that one. As with last time, we haven't moved from where we were, so the satellite is going to say goodbye and good night for everybody here. So as always, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. A couple of new faces, some that I may know from elsewhere. Very good to see you, sincerely. Very good to see everybody. This was a lot of fun, this one. I feel like we're actually trying to get the space platform out of the hole now, and it's not as full of tech debt as it was prior. So if you enjoyed watching this, please feel free to like, comment, and or subscribe. Any of those things mean a great deal to me. They also would help the channel a lot. You can also, don't forget, if you want to be immortalized on any of the goodbye or hello locations, let me try to find one real quick here. So like this, for instance, you know, folks have requested that they be, you know, embroidered into the whatever surface. You just let me know, either preferably in the Discord so I don't lose track. If you say it here, I might lose track of the chat because we're about to end. But go drop it in the Discord. There's a channel for that. And you can get your name in the series. Just let me know which surface you want them on. And yeah, I think that that's it. We covered the goodbye locations. Next stream is tomorrow in at noon PST. That's whatever that is now. What, 21 hours from now or something like that. So hopefully we'll see you there. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.